diamonds. From Barranquilla, no argument. She going hard like a gallo. Don't care what they say, hell if I know. I'm chillin' with babe with my eyes closed. Got the champagne with my blindfolds. How much a flight in Miami? Chopping and dripping with Moochie the family. Drop top when I drop down. Acting hella savage like I'm Randy. I'm on 1,000, living my life like I don't get no hoots about plan B's. My life something like a Tahoe. Yours something like a Camry. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. How is it going? Welcome to Magic Game Day. This one is going to be a really, really fun one. Tonight, or today, your Orlando Magic will face the New York Knicks in the Emirates NBA Cup semifinals in Las Vegas, Nevada. I am Marley Arnold, and I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. Thanks for checking in on the stream. We are live on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, and X. So wherever you're watching from, just make sure to hit that follow button because you don't want to miss all the amazing stuff we have coming up. But let me know where you guys are watching from in the chat. I will be checking all the different social medias and answering all your questions in the chat. So let's see. I'm going to start with TikTok. Marley, hello, hello. Let's go Magic. 1, 2, 3 said that. Love that. Come on, Suggs. Yes, guys, they're already warming up on the court today. It's going to be a good one. XOXO in XY said they can't wait. It's going to be such a fun game. I agree. Guys, the energy today is amazing. Usually the energy is always amazing, but today it's different. We're in Vegas. This is a big moment for us, and I know I say it every time. I know, guys, I know, but I feel the win today. And every time I say it, we end up winning. So I think we're going to get that W tonight. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. David G528 said, let's go Magic. Let's go, guys. We're going to be playing that song. Yes, we are. Easton said he's watching from Orlando. DJ said Orlando will win. Guys, I'm loving the energy in the chat right now. I am loving it. Keep it up. But for all of you guys wondering, the game starts tonight at 5:30 Eastern Time, and you can watch it on Amazon Prime. So you guys better lock in and watch the game. It's going to be, I personally think it's going to be an aggressive, heated game, and I'm all here for that. I think it's going to be amazing. Is anybody actually here watching the game tonight? Let me know. Maybe I'll come say hi. But also, guys, coming up in just 15 minutes, Kendra Douglas and Dan Savage will be taking over. But until then, let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Let's see. Matt is watching from Melbourne. Hello, hello. DJ is watching from Tampa, Florida. Okay, we got a lot of Floridians in the chat. We got a lot of people saying go Magic in the chat. Let's keep that energy up, guys. Let's get that W today. It's me 1, 2, 3 said, she said it, guys. I said it. We got to get that win. I said it. We have to. Hello, everybody. Let me check the comments on YouTube. J Curve says Suggs is ready to go. Yes, he is, guys. Yes, he is. Hello, Will Dawson. How are you? Hello. Marley. You guys are so sweet in the chat. I'm loving this energy today. But honestly, I have some questions for you guys. Who do we think is going to be the X factor for the Magic tonight? Here's some options. We got Anthony Black, Goga. I think Goga might be. We got Jonathan Isaac and maybe Tyus Jones. Honestly, I think I'm going to lead towards AB for tonight. He's been on fire recently, so I think so. Guys, here we have Josh. We're going to get some insight from him today. How are you?
Good to see you in Vegas.
Yes, I know. I'm so happy that we made it. Hey, I knew we would, though. I knew we would. All right. So I got some questions for you. Ready? Okay. So we faced the Knicks, I think, 4 times this season. So tonight's going to be the 5th. And when you go versus a team that often, you know, what kind of challenges arise with that? Because, you know, we know kind of their strengths and weaknesses, but, like, what else?
Yeah, it's like a playoff series. Both teams become very familiar with each other. The big difference, though, is that a lot of guys have been injured when these two teams have played. Paolo Banchero got hurt in that first matchup. OG Anunoby and Karl Anthony Towns didn't play in one of those other games. And then Franz Wagner got hurt in the most recent matchup. So I think that's one of the aspects of this game that's a little bit different than what we normally see in a playoff series when most guys are available. But as far as keys, I mean, there are so many to look at. Got to stop New York's three-point shooting. That's number one. You got to limit turnovers because New York can force them and they'll make you pay because they can run out in transition as well. And then Magic have to push the pace if they can get the Knicks to cough the ball up and get those turnovers.
Yep. Very, very good insight. All right. I feel like there's like no surprises left at this point. Like tonight's game is going to be definitely a good one to watch. But what do you think are the biggest adjustments the Magic will need to make to get that win tonight?
Yeah, I mean, the key is Jalen Brunson. He's so good in so many different ways with his footwork, his touch. He's really good at drawing fouls and getting to the free throw line. It's about technique. It's about being physical, but not being over aggressive where you're putting him on the line because he's one of the best at that. The other big thing, offensive rebounding by New York. They're one of the best in the league at that. That's how they generate a lot of those spray out passes for threes. New York, like I mentioned before, one of the best three-point shooting teams in the league. It's largely because they're spraying the ball out from the paint, getting a lot of wide open looks, whether it's OG Anunoby or Mikal Bridges. So that's a huge component. Mitchell Robinson and Karl Anthony Towns, two of the better offensive rebounders in the league. So crashing the glass, boxing out, those are going to be critical keys.
Gotcha, for sure. And I just asked the chat this question, so I think I should ask you. Who do we think is going to be the X factor for Magic in tonight's game?
Yeah, I like Wendell Carter Jr. a lot in this matchup. I said before, Towns, Robinson, whoever's in the game, if not both, they're going to be looking to crash the offensive glass. Carter has to be physical on the boards. You have to prevent them from getting those offensive rebounds because, again, that's how they generate so many of those wide open threes. And then also, when Brunson or Mikal Bridges attacks the paint, you need that low man help. You need someone down low to help prevent them from scoring near the basket or kicking the ball out for threes. Carter's going to be a big force in that.
Well, thank you so much for all the insight. It's always a pleasure having you here. And that was Josh Cohen, guys, OrlandoMagic.com writer. What did we think about that? How are we feeling about tonight's game? I'm going to keep going through everybody's comments in the chat, and let's see what's going on. I'm scrolling on TikTok and YouTube right now, so talk to us. Let's see. You guys really like Bane. DJ said Bane for 37 tonight. Okay. What do we think the score is going to be tonight, guys? Hello, everybody. Duvault said go Magic. Yes. Paulo said go Magic. Brazil in the house. Okay. Hello, Brazil. Everybody's talking about Mo with his new haircut. How do we feel about that, guys? I love it. I love the little buzz cut. Goga, yes. Okay. Let me check TikTok now. DJ still repping the Magic. Let's go. 90 to 80. Okay. Hello, Vance. CC21 said, let's go Magic. It's me 123 said Wendell and Bane. Yes. You guys see the guys getting ready and warming up. Orlando is the best team. Okay, that's the energy, guys. That is what I want to hear. See Bane getting ready. So excited to see how he plays tonight. I just know it's going to be so powerful. And I'm very excited for that. Bowie said, go Magic. Yes, keep that energy up, guys. 136 to 103. Vance said, Magic is winning. Yeah, you know the vibes. You know the vibes. Pella said, greetings from Germany. Hello. Greetings from Vegas. I love seeing all these score predictions in the chat. That is amazing. Yeah, let me go read your comments and see who you guys thought was going to be the X Factor. Seeing a lot of Bane in the chat, as well as AB and Wendell. Okay. I love these results. Some of you guys might be right. And if you are, then, hey, you get to say you called it. But yeah, if you guys just joined, tonight the Orlando Magic is facing the New York Knicks in the Emirates NBA Cup semifinals. So we are in Las Vegas right now, and we're getting ready. We're getting ready to take that win tonight, guys. So excited for this. Magic for life, Nick Lover said. It's our time, big stage, big lights. I love that. I love that so much. Duvalt said W for Franz. Okay, okay. Someone asked if the game is at 5 or 5:30. The game starts tonight at 5:30 Eastern time, and it's on Amazon Prime. Duval is feeling good about this. Okay, okay. We are gonna eat, said Philip. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. Is anybody here watching the game tonight in Vegas, or are we gonna watch on Amazon? DJ said, we must win the semifinals. Yes, guys. Yes, we will. We will. I said it, so we have to. We have to. Jackson said, we are the best Florida team. Loving this energy so much. DJ, you're really in the chat. I love it. I love it. I love it. He wants to see us play OKC in the finals. That is the energy. Hey, from St. Augustine, hello. I love how you guys always sing the Orlando Magic song in the chat. MJ just said the Orlando Magic song, and yes, keep that energy up. We're going to be playing a song tonight, guys. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So cool. But don't forget, coming up in just a few minutes will be Dan Savage. Got Bane out here getting ready. Oh, you guys are still putting score predictions in the chat. I love to see it, and I love to see how we all think Magic is gonna. Yes, yes. DJ is watching Amazon Prime. That's awesome. Tell Bane to get 20 points tonight. Hey, I definitely think that is totally possible. Jolyn said, go Magic. Yes. JB said, let's get it. Yes, yes, yes. Let me go check chat. Let's see what's going on over there. Am I nervous? I am not nervous. I will be dancing tonight, and I'm so excited for my performance. I think we have a super, super cool dance. I'm excited for that. But for the Magic, I'm not nervous. I think we got this. I think it'll be a really, really good game. So I'm not stressing at all. I know these guys are prepared and working hard, and they deserve this more than anything. So I'm very excited. We won Orlando and OKC, and I love to see that. And I think it's going to happen. 1 to 115. Okay, score purchase. Duvalt said 5:30 on Amazon. Yes, thank you for reminding everybody. But yeah, we are in Vegas right now, guys. It's the semifinals. DJ, Orlando Magic, let's bring us to the final. How much do we think Bane is dropping tonight, guys? All right, well, that was it for me. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I'm glad I got to hang out with you guys. Kendra and Dan are up next. I am Marley Arnold, and stick around for Magic Game Day. But let's go Magic, and let's get that win tonight.
Give the people what they want, cause I got it. I ain't lying. Locked in, I do it just for profit. I ain't lying. Love it how I break it down just like that. I ain't lying. Love it how I run the town just like that. I ain't lying. Love it how I break it down just like that. I ain't lying. Love it how I run the town just like that. I ain't lying. Who said they could top me? Step in the place, I steal the show. Said they had been checking for me, ain't never seen my type before. Love to see me come
What's going on, guys? It's Kendra Douglas here, and welcome to Courtside Countdown presented by Hard Rock Bet. I'm joined by Dan Savage, of course, and we are going to give you our special NBA Cup edition of Courtside Countdown presented by Hard Rock Bet. I'm so happy to join you guys. Dan, how are you feeling?
I'm excited. When we talk about what the NBA Cup was supposed to bring to the NBA season, it's exactly this: regular season games in December that create some December drama. So I'm excited for today.
I'm pumped too. And we're going to talk about everybody. We're going to talk about Paolo. We're going to talk about both Jalen's. We're going to get into it. But there are a couple things I want to talk about first. So I know you've been on social media. I've been on social media. And I've just enjoyed seeing all the energy around all of this. I mean, you got Paolo having one-on-one conversations with Dwayne Wade over there. You got the guys interacting, mixing, mingling. You really get the vibes. The vibes are really high. I love it.
Yeah, when you try as a young team to recreate playoff atmospheres, recreate what it's like to go deep in the playoffs, this is doing a great job of that, because I remember when the team went to the finals back in 2009, and all of a sudden NBA legends start to show up. Gary Payton's in Dwight's ear. This guy's talking to Rashard Lewis. And to see that come full circle now, and you see guys like Dwayne Wade pulling Paolo aside. You see Rashard Lewis, now a coach, getting ready to coach his team. And you just see all these veterans and people around the league descending on Las Vegas, just like it would be on an Eastern Conference final or an NBA final. So for a Magic team that's yet to make a deep run in the playoffs, they're getting to experience that ramped up atmosphere. And I think that's going to be invaluable for them.
1000%. I want to get to some of these comments. You guys continue to keep the comments going. Some of the things I want to ask you, Magic fans, I've already seen a little bit. What's your prediction for tonight's game? What are you looking forward to the most in tonight's game? So please give us all of your comments for this. So one thing that I want to mention, because we got to give a shout out to Marley. So someone asked, how did Marley get there, but not us? Look, here's the thing. The dancers are going to be performing at this. And this is why we tell you it's bigger than life. So shout out to Marley. We got to give her a shout out, because she gives us 100% wherever she is. And she's so dedicated, and she's so instrumental in talking with you guys. So bravo, Marley, for being there in Vegas and giving us and doing this. But also, I think that just goes to the spectacle of it all, Dan. You got dancers out there. You got a whole bunch going on. They're going to make this huge. We've seen the commercials for it. So that is why she is out there. So I want to give her a big shout out. A couple other comments that people are saying. Brunson is a tough bro. In their last 3 games, he's dropped 30. We're going to talk about Jalen Brunson. And that leads us to that last game in New York. Oh my gosh. I'm tired of seeing the Heat in the Knicks, Dan. I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing it.
It feels like the whole season's been either Heat, Knicks, or Celtics. So, the strength of schedule the rest of the way has to get a bit easier for the Magic, because they've played some of the Eastern Conference's most tough teams early on. And then you factor in a few big games against the Pistons. So the Magic have had a good barometer test of what it's like to go against some of the best teams in the East. And I think where you can be impressed if you're a Magic fan is they've held up, and they've proven they could beat all those teams. So there's not a team in the East right now that I feel the Orlando Magic look at and go, we're going to struggle against them. We can't beat them. I don't think that's the mindset at all. I think they're looking at it as we can make a deep Eastern Conference run, especially as they start to get healthy, bodies back, and start to continue to build that chemistry.
Yeah. One thing we just saw Paolo Banchero and we saw Anthony Black on the court. Everyone's been wanting to see if we're going to get braided AB. As you can see, yes, he's got the braids back in the mix. But you see Paolo Banchero. I want to chat about him real quick, because of course, he's coming back into fruition. He's getting back into the game. He's helping this team out as much as he's possible. His last 3 games, he scored in double figures. And I think what it says a lot about, his last 2, he's been able to just help this team out. And, it's so good to have P5 back.
Oh, no, without question. And he's a guy that's such a rhythm player, and, comes back into his fold, and he's crafty and all those elements. And we saw last year, it took him a while after that oblique injury to really get back his conditioning, his rhythm. I think he's still in the process of that now. What's really encouraged me is that his minutes have ramped up every game. He went from 20 to 25 to 30. We'll see what kind of minutes he has tonight. But I just think everything's trending in the right direction with Paolo Banchero, because when he's on his game, he's nearly impossible to stop. And we saw the respect that Miami gave him. They were sending 2-3 bodies at him consistently and trying to not allow him to get going and make other guys beat them. Fortunately for the Magic, now they have a weapon like Desmond Bane, which they didn't have last year when Franz was out. And that, zone that Miami likes to run, Desmond was shooting right over it and pulled him out of it. So we need a big game out of Desmond tonight in case the Knicks go similar defensive tactics. But so far with P5, he's been incredibly effective as he starts to get going once again.
You're so right. And we talk about that last game against Miami. And, you talked about Desmond Bane, another 37-point game. I love the guy's joke saying he can't get out of 37. We're trying to get him past that. So another 37 performance from him. He went off during that second half, scoring 25 points, including 15 in the fourth quarter alone. This team overcame a 16-point deficit and defeated Miami 117-108. I think that is insane in itself. Shot 51% from the floor, outscored the Heat 39-27 in that second quarter. What did you like about how this team, at one point they were 18-2? Like it was like 18-2 at one point.
It was 15-0. 18-0 run. And what I like is they just did not phase them whatsoever. I think people at the media table were much more phased than even those guys at the court, because they just went away and chipped at it. And I thought a big player who Desmond mentioned afterwards that was instrumental in that was Jonathan Isaac. And we know Jonathan Isaac is just not phased by anything. He just comes in and is a defensive menace regardless of the situation. And I thought his mindset, his mentality of just getting the team back to its roots, which is let's allow our defense to create some offense. Once we get stops, it'll start converting on the other end. And that's exactly what happened. And then on the flip side of that, as you said, Desmond Bane took over, and he was aggressive both from outside the arc and driving to the rack. And, Paolo said afterwards he's stuck on, 37. We got to get him off that. With a few more 37-point performances, kids in Orlando will be going 3-7 instead of 6-7 with the way that he's going. So I think the Magic would be perfectly happy if he got stuck on that number tonight, because it would certainly help them against a tough Knicks squad.
Hey, JD in the comments said, I'll take 37. So I think he'll be someone that takes 37 as well. I think for sure. And one thing I love too, sources say media says P5 is about to have a Sacramento and a Sac double overtime flashback type of game. I smell that coming soon. I totally smell that coming soon, because when you get P5 in a zone, you cannot take him out of that zone. And that game in Sacramento, when we did go to double overtime, was one of the craziest games I think we have ever witnessed with this Magic squad. What do you think?
Oh, no question. I mean, that guy, when he locks in and kicks it into extra gear and he's feeling it, he's impossible to stop because he's 6'10", can get up his shot over anywhere. You try to be physical with him, he'll overpower you. You try to force him to be finesse. He's crafty enough to create for others. So Paolo's just one of those guys that can score and create in a variety of ways. And he really tailors his game to how the defense is playing him and what opportunities are there from him. I think against a Knicks team like tonight, he's going to have to be aggressive going to the rack. They protect the paint pretty well. But if Karl-Anthony Towns is playing, which it seems like he is, then, you can go to the rack against a guy like him. He did that in the second game for their matchup, one of those games where they were really able to get downhill. So they need to mirror that type of performance. So, yeah.
I feel you. Yeah, we're seeing them too much. We can't even, we always forget what's going on. We're seeing them way too much.
And the funny part about it, Kendra, is you can't really build a flow off that, because there's been different guys injured in all of those outings. Paolo was good in the first game. He gets hurt, misses the second one, plays in the third. Franz, good in the first and second, gets hurt in the third. OG Anunoby missed one. Karl-Anthony Towns missed one. So it's just it's funny, they haven't had a true repeat performance. All these games have had their own little intricacies of being a little bit different.
1,000% right on that one. And so, like, we just saw those Paolo highlights when he was taking on Miami. That was a double figure game for him that night. One of the questions we got asked is, so you guys aren't nervous at all? Here's the thing, pressure makes diamonds. This team has felt the pressure over and over again to get to a point like this. We saw what they could do when literally, you remember last year when they were playing Milwaukee in the quarterfinals, like the team was hanging on by a thread because everyone was injured. You had Jalen Suggs was the only one you had. So this team knows what it takes when they're under pressure. They knows what it takes when they're healthy. I like their odds in this game tonight against New York. I like Paolo Banchero having a good game. I like Desmond Bane having a good game. I like Jalen Suggs having a good game. You know who also I like? I like Anthony Black having a good game tonight. That's who I want to see stand out in tonight's game, just because I feel like he's continued to grow. He's continued to find his rhythm. And I think one thing about him is he is also a guy that can handle the pressure of what's coming his way. And when he's with this group, that's the guy who I'm looking forward to having a game. So am I nervous? All in good ways, Dan Savage.
Now, I'm going to take a line out of Paolo Banchero, which is no pressure. He literally has that tattooed on his arm, and it's not spelled no like N-O, even though that's capitalized in the tattoo. It's no as an understanding pressure. And I think the thing about this Magic team is they have dogs up and down the roster who embrace those type of moments. Anthony Black, Jalen Suggs, Desmond Bane, Paolo Banchero, Franz when he's healthy, Mo when he's healthy. All these guys just really relish the moment of playing with high stakes. And I think that's why they've been so effective in cup games, 5-0 so far. And that's playing against some very tough opponents. You look at that Detroit game, you look at the game against Miami. They've played some high-level opponents in these cup games and come away with big victories. So I think this team's going to be ready for the moment. Now they're facing a tough team across the way, and they're going to be down Franz Wagner, but I like their ability to step up to that moment.
I do too. And the guys, Desmond Bane and Paolo Banchero, they've been doing media since they got to Vegas. And we got to listen to how they feel about having the opportunity to play in this tournament. Let's listen in.
Is this for your team to show the progress you've made from opening night to now on a national stage?
It's a tremendous opportunity, to play on this stage. You can just tell by all the stuff going on. It's a big stage, and as a team, we want to take advantage of the opportunity and just go out there and do our best to get the win. It's a fun environment. Everybody's excited to be here, so I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Just how physical is your new team? Is the Magic in terms of the physicality it brings on defense and the physicality it brings attacking the basket?
1 through 15, that's our goal, to be the most physical team on both ends of the floor every single night. And when we win, we usually do that.
This is the fourth time you guys will have faced off. You had pretty early in the season. This one has elimination stakes at it. Is there any sense that there's sort of a rivalry brewing with these two teams?
I think that it's two good basketball teams. Two teams that are trying to do something big in the Eastern Conference, and I think that anytime you have a team that's standing in the way of what you're trying to do, there should be a little something extra on the line.
No, it's a team that we've played 3 times already. They're familiar with us. We're familiar with them. So just some minor cleanup stuff. What we want to do heading into the game. Some details on that. But then just getting up and down. Getting a sweat. Getting shots up in the arena because it's a little different and stuff like that. But just overall, a lot of excitement and guys ready to go.
All right, you just heard from Paolo Banchero and Desmond Bane as they're excited about this opportunity playing in the NBA Cup. You're watching Courtside Countdown presented by Hard Rock Bet. If you are just now joining us tonight, the Magic, they'll be playing the New York Knicks again, this time in the semifinals of the NBA Cup. You can catch that game on Amazon Prime. As we get ready for tonight's game, I want to get to some of the comments that you guys are saying. They want the keys to the game. We will get to Dan's keys to the game. We will get to his storylines. Don't you worry. Another one. Oh, this is an opportunity we've been asking for as fans, for our guys to prove to the world that we are here now and it's a new era in Orlando. I like that because I think the whole thing is we got to get over some hump. We got to get over something with this team. You get to the first round of playoffs. All right, bet. You get to the first round of playoffs again. All right, bet. This time you've made it to the semifinals of the NBA Cup. You're getting more attention. You're getting all eyes on you now. But you're going to be playing a team against the New York Knicks team with their leader, Jalen Brunson, who in his past 3 Magic games have completely dominated. I mean, he averaged this 31.3 points per game against Orlando. He's shooting 47.8 from the field versus Orlando. What makes him such a threat? And I asked Q this, but Dan, you looking at this, how do you slow someone like Jalen Brunson down?
Yeah, it really takes all 5 guys operating together because, he's a guy who could shoot it from the outside. He's dangerous from beyond the arc, but he loves going downhill, creating contact, and getting to the free throw line. And so he's a guy that can generate a lot of and one opportunities, very good body control. So what the Magic have to be careful of all night is not being too handsy with Jalen Brunson, staying in front of him, but really, closing out to him hard when he gets the ball, and at the same time funneling him into traffic areas. So it really takes, the Magic's small guys, 1s and 2s that are on him, funneling him into bigs, staying in front of him, not bumping him, not fouling him, because he will exaggerate that contact. He will get to the free throw line. He's a top 10 scorer in the NBA for a reason, because he knows how to do that. So you have to really have a cerebral game, and you can't get too emotional. You send him to the line once, you make a turnover against other guys, you could really get handsy and try to, make up for it, atone for it. If you do that with Jalen Brunson, it becomes a snowball effect. And all of a sudden you find yourself picking up 2 quick fouls.
You do. And I see your storylines are up. So let's go ahead and get to your storylines for today's game. And let's chat a little bit about, what you're hoping to see from this team. So take it away, Dan.
Yeah, well, the comments, and you touched on one of them. Number 1, slow down Brunson for all the reasons we just listed. Number 2, clean the glass. They have 2 guys in Karl Anthony Towns, who's a top 4 rebounder in the NBA, and Mitchell Robinson, who is a top 4 offensive rebounder in the NBA. So it's going to be key all game to close out possessions on the offensive glass, because the last thing you want to give a Knicks team who has the number 2 offense in the NBA is second chance opportunities, because they'll make you pay from beyond the arc, and that math will turn on you fast. And then lastly, stop and run. When the Magic are at their best, when they've gotten their biggest wins all season, Desmond Bane said it himself, it's when they're playing great defense and that you're using that to create their offense. When they're doing that, they end up with a lot of wins, and that's stood pat with the fact that over the last 15 games, they have 11 wins, and over that span, they have the top 3 defense in the NBA. And so that's correlated into a top 10 offense. And for the Orlando Magic, when they play defense like that, a top 10 offense is all they need to rack up a lot of wins.
Yeah, you're right. You're so right. I want to get to something someone said. So how much money do they win? They win like $500,000. If they if they win this,
I'd like a piece of that, Kendra.
I know. Can that be a part of our bonus check? I would love that. They'll win $500,000 if they can get to the finals and beat whoever comes from the West, which that's going to be a good game too. I'm excited to watch that one after. It should be so good either way. And these are the things that we want. As we see guys coming off the bench tonight too, like Tyus Jones. That's somebody who we haven't really gotten to talk about what he can do offensively, but when it comes to ball movement and the way that he's able to really get everyone open and find the man, like find his man and knock down shots that way. I like what he's doing and how he's able to help contribute so far. He's still getting the hang of it, but he's figuring out what he can do.
Yeah, where Tyus Jones is at his best is he's a distributor, and he does so without turning the ball over. So he's very effective, high assist to turnover ratio, and he's really a stabilizing force. So when you talk about a young team that can, at times be prone to mistakes, we saw that early in the season where the turnover numbers were high. Tyus Jones is out there stabilizing the offense, really getting guys into their spots where they can be effective. And I think that's what Magic head coach Jamal Mosley likes most about him is he's going to execute the game plan when he's out there and not create other opportunities for the opposition.
Yeah, I want to talk about the Knicks team, their stats, and the Orlando Magic team, their stats, and kind of how they match up. I know that we have their season stats in general, like what they've done this season. And I want to specifically kind of dig a little deeper within that too. So the Knicks, they're fourth in the league in rebounds, top 5 in 3-point shots made, which is something that we're going to have to talk about a little bit when it comes to guys like, just refraining them from getting out and knocking down those shots. And then they're second in the league in offense behind Denver. So those things alone kind of stand out. You look at their matchup points and what they're averaging: points, field goals, rebounds, and second chance points. This is still very much a team that is kind of close. This is still very much a team that looks neck and neck. When you look at the Magic, top 5 in defense, top 5 in second chance points per game, third in the league when it comes to fast break points. And then I think that says a lot as well. I mean, how do you even just this is a good matchup we're going to be seeing tonight, Dan?
No, I think Desmond Bain said it best, during his time on the podium, where, he said that between these two teams, they're both at the top of the Eastern Conference. They're both good basketball teams, and they're both trying to do big things in this league. And any time that you have a team like that standing in the way of the other, it's going to create a little added stakes. And then you throw the NBA Cup semifinals on top of it, and you start to feel that tension. And that's why, all these games tend to be physical with the Knicks. And, if anything has started to bud that way, it's continuing, and it's continuing to grow. So I think tonight's going to be no different in that regard. And again, we've harked on this with a few opponents, and we've played the Knicks, about 100 times already. So, but you have to remember when you're playing them, it really is a know your personnel type of night, because, with some teams, all they want to do is shoot threes. Other teams, they just want to get to the basket. The Knicks, they have a plethora of options and some dynamic players mixed in. Jalen Brunson can kill you in both ways. Josh Hart has picked up as a 3-point shooter over the last 5 to 7 games. And then you look at Karl Anthony Towns, a lot of bigs when they get beyond the 3-point line, and they'll play small in stretches tonight where he is their center. A lot of bigs you could leave out there, but Cat's not one of them. You have to close out to him hard and almost encourage him to drive. So it's really a know your personnel tonight, because if you get mixed up, if you don't close out to a guy the right way, they'll kill you. And that's why they have the number 2 offense in the NBA.
Yeah, so you got to see the guys warm up just now. You saw Anthony Black, you saw Tyus Jones on the court as well as they're getting ready for tonight's game. I want to talk a little bit as we start to wrap up. I want to talk about Cat, because like you just mentioned, there's a big possibility he's going to be playing tonight. That's going to be a know your personnel kind of situation with him. What do you want to see from him, and what do you want to see from Wendell tonight in this game?
Yeah, Wendell's going to have his hands full because he's playing against 2 very different centers in stretches tonight. You play Mitchell Robinson, who's just trying to pound the glass and be a lob threat and really work underneath and make you close out possessions. And then you got a guy like Cat, who wants to hang out the perimeter and can also create second chance opportunities. So Wendell's going to have his hands full. The thing about Karl Anthony Towns is he's very dynamic. He's a Piscataway, New Jersey native, just like me. So I watched him come up from the middle school ranks when he started to make a name for himself. And it was funny, in the high school level, Karl Anthony Towns really played and predicated his game like Kevin Durant. That was the comps he was drawing. This guy who has the opportunity to be 7 feet tall and can handle and can shoot from the outside. Then he went to the University of Kentucky, and he was really a down low type of big plotting center, put on a lot of weight. And then in the NBA, we've seen him become a hybrid of both of those things, where at times he's playing from the outside shooting, and yet he can still go down low and be effective. So he's a dynamic guy, and Wendell's going to have his hands full all night.
He is. I think that's going to be really big for Wendell tonight, but this is the opportunity to do it. And you know who's leading the way with this team is head coach Jamal Mosley. He is the guy that is handling all of this, and he actually spoke with the media as well. So let's check in and listen to see what a couple questions of what he had to say today.
Well, we've talked a lot about this matchup. You guys have played each other before. Just what are the keys for your group today?
Head of the snake, Jalen Brunson. That's the number 1 priority. Then Cat gets going. But, all the small things within the game, the rebounding, the defending without fouling, just making sure we're pressing the pace, getting them, out in transition, getting easy early baskets.
Especially in a big game like this, what's the balance between being very aggressive and physical while staying disciplined?
Well, to that point, you have to be disciplined. I mean, Jalen does a great job of getting to the free throw line, so understanding what he's capable of doing, knowing when we can put different bodies on him, different lineups, different situations, but we've got to be extremely smart with our details and attention to the game plan.
On your right, here in the front, Tim?
I'm sure it doesn't matter much, but it's an unusual start time, 2:30 home, go 5:30 home. And did anything change on your end as far as what you do for a day game? Or?
Well, it's different because we've played them so many times. Watching the film back, I think we saw that on, when we got in, we watched them a little bit, but playing them the last time it was a 12 o'clock start. And so I think that gave us a little bit of, early, what we can see today.
So you just heard Coach Mosley talk, and one thing he mentioned, and is an interesting comment he said was, well, he was asked, did you have to do anything different when you're playing a team like this kind of early? Because if you think about it, you guys are watching, it's like 4:56, but there, clearly it's early. And he said no, because like we had a noon game and we remember that noon game. We had to all wake up so early and be able to watch this team give it their all. Q was talking about, this reminds me of my AAU basketball days. And then so Mosley, I think, said it best. Look, you played this team multiple times, and on top of that, now you've played them during prime time, and now you've also played them in the morning. So I think he said it best when it's like, you know what you're getting from this team.
Yeah, you talk about matchups anytime, anywhere. That's really become what this Knicks Magic rivalry has been, whether it's at Kia Center, MSG, Las Vegas, whether it's morning, noon, night. they've found a way to play each other. So I think they're ready for any circumstances. That noon game probably helped prime both of these teams to be ready for a Vegas start. But I think, in a short stint like that, these guys' bodies are still conditioned to be on East Coast time. So
yeah,
that early start in Vegas doesn't hit as hard as probably that noon start at MSG.
At all. Some of the comments you guys, right? Some of the comments you guys are saying, play the song. How we're doing, Orlando Nation. Love from Greece. Love that. Mose is a beast, a true animal. That guy is literally so calm, cool, and collected, but like low-key inside, you're right, he is a beast. And so Coach Mosley, love to see that. Another thing that I really like to see, and I know that we are going to continue to keep you posted, Magic fans, on what we know when we learn it. It has been really good to see Mo Wagner with the group. It's been good to see him active. I know he's been showing spurts within the social media, being on the court again with the guys. That's always such a good thing to see. The haircut, the new look. You can only imagine that, that just means something. Who knows? We don't know nothing. But Magic fans, we're going to continue to keep you posted when we do find out, just because I know that there was a lot of comments in here about Mo. But I mean, you like the haircut, Dan?
Oh, love it. I think it gives him that German vibe, as going back to Michigan and playing for Team Germany. So going back as he will to Berlin, it just makes a new chapter. That's how I'd say it. It's like turning the page back to his earlier days in his younger years, but at the same time looking forward to a new Magic chapter. So I like that element of it, and I'm sure he's looking forward to getting back on the court soon. From the times I've seen him, whether it's practicing one-on-one or with some of the Magic coaches, looking good. So, he's a guy who can help this Magic team in a number of ways. Was playing like a 6-year Man of the Year candidate until he went down last year. And how valuable would it be to have that kind of scoring punch coming off the bench and really, giving this Magic offensive an extra spark and just his emotion. I mean, let's be real. When he's out there, he's just another guy that lifts the floor of this Magic team with his energy alone.
He sure does. But that will do it for us on Courtside Countdown, presented by Hard Rock Bet. I'm Kendra Douglas alongside Dan Savage. And we thank you guys so much for watching and joining in with us. The Magic, they will take on the New York Knicks tonight, 5:30. You can watch that on Amazon Prime as they look to get to the finals of the NBA Cup. Thank you, Magic fans, so much for joining us, and we will see you guys later.
Face, what's the deal? Run the city just for fun, cause you know I keep it real. Give the people what they want, cause I got it. I ain't lying. Locked in, I do it just for profit.